Hi guys!
Hello.
Welcome to Laugh or to Cry!
We are back.
What episode is this?
17.
17. My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a
7.
while.
I know, 7's one of my favorite numbers.
Oh,
So this is a win.
7 is my lucky number.
Oh, 2 and 7 are my runs.
Yeah, I don't
I like
believe in
two.
odd numbers.
Okay.
Unless it's a 5.
Okay.
That doesn't count though. We understand that does not count.
Yeah, I do understand that. 'Cause
Sure.
5s and 0s are the same.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Totally agree.
It was back.
I'm back.
It was back?
Okay, so can I tell you guys something?
Please.
I was thinking about sharing this yesterday, and I touched on it a little bit in the car with Haley, and let me preface this by saying, my brain is so weird. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but, like, this is so stupid, and I care about it so deeply.
Okay.
Like I do most things. I'm so glad that I did not get engaged in Paris.
Okay.
Now, in case you didn't put that together, I was in Paris.
Yes.
France.
No part of
Not
France.
Texas.
Not Texas, not Tennessee. No part of me thought that I was gonna get engaged. Like, I knew that I was not.
Right.
But boy, am I so glad that I didn't. One, because just like what a crazy world to come back to. Daylight savings, election, all of that. Like, that's horrific. Two, because like it's so typical.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too typical. I just feel like
She's not like other girls.
no, yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna say. Like, I just pride myself on being like the things I like are like cool. Like, my relationship is like cool. We're just not like kitschy in that way.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, but we're not. So it's like, how am I supposed to get engaged in Paris?
No, it actually wouldn't have made sense.
3, it was just the perfect trip.
Good.
And I love that, like, this trip can be absolutely perfect and not have, like, a ring to, like, overshadow it. Like, it just was a wonderful trip because it was wonderful.
Yes.
And I like that. Like, my ring will come when it's ready to have its own moment, but Paris is Paris.
So true.
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
Thank you!
What were your favorite things you did?
Okay. Well,
Wait, you've been before, right?
I've been, but I've never been as an adult.
Okay.
And I've never had free reign. Like, I was
Right.
there when I was 13, and then one time when I was 4.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Which I
so
actually do
no,
remember, but
Nice.
I've never, like, had autonomy.
yeah.
One thing we did is we went to the finals of the Paris Rolex Masters.
I saw that.
Yes, very
Tennis
fun.
match, which I think is so funny, but it was just perfect. A French man played in the final.
Wonderful.
He lost.
Mm.
Wow.
But, like, what a joy to get to see a French crowd in action.
Yeah.
Like, they're so brutal. The guy who won literally was like, I know this is not what you wanted to happen, but thank you for having me.
He was like, sorry,
Yeah.
but I'm not that sorry.
Yeah. We did that. What else did we do? Oh, one thing I thought was very interesting is that the metro, you can't tap in, tap out with your credit card like you
Okay.
can in New York and London. Like,
Mhm.
you can get an app, but we just didn't because we were there for such a short time. We were buying paper tickets every time we went somewhere. Paper
Was
ticket.
there no like pass you could buy?
You could. You
Okay.
could. And, like, in hindsight, we should have.
Okay.
But I just, like, didn't know how much I would end up, like, using the
No, I
train.
understand,
And
yeah.
so by halfway through, I was like, well, it's too late. But this is crazy. Like, why am I buying 3 paper tickets a day?
Yeah. So fair.
But fun.
Good.
I love a train. I love walking.
Mm-hmm. Train and walking are a good vibe.
Yeah. Oh, the last thing I want to say.
Yeah.
Is I watched some movies on the plane there.
Okay, perfect.
Now, apologies to anyone who does not believe in overconsumption. Because I was off my rocker, I don't know what I was thinking. But here's how it went. I ordered the Uber to go to the airport.
Okay.
And Vic goes, do you think we can kill this bottle of wine before
Oh.
it gets there? Because, like, it's gonna go bad. It was like half a bottle. So technically, like, I probably had 1 glass and Victor probably had like 2 or 3.
Okay.
I have that. We get to the airport. We go to Vino Fiesta, my favorite wine bar in the
You
world.
do love that
I
so
you
much.
really do.
love Vino Fiesta. I can't even speak. I have a glass of wine there. And by the way, vibes were so good. I ordered a glass, and the bartender goes, are you sure? Like, I don't know if you would like that. I'm like, oh, I won't? He's like, yeah, it's too sweet. You don't like sweet, do you? And I go, oh my gosh, no. So he gets me a different glass of wine. He had me taste the previous one.
Yeah.
Bad.
Okay. So he knows what he's doing.
So I have my second glass of wine.
I'm really happy to know that airport bartenders know what they're doing.
So true.
So passionate about their art.
Good.
And then literally, like, the minute we're supposed to start boarding,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, let's go. We walk. So probably 2 minutes after boarding, we get there. Everyone's, like, on the plane already. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, what's going on? I show my boarding pass to the lady, and she's like, we've been trying to call you for an hour. I'm like, what are you talking about? So they just scan our passport and stuff and give us a paper ticket. I'm assuming that's just what they wanted to do because it was an international flight.
Okay.
They did that on the way back too. I didn't get called over the intercom.
Right.
Anyway, scary energy.
Yeah.
I sit down. It's British Airways. So,
Okay.
fun fact, if you order a drink, they give you 2 bottles for every one.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Just every
I
time?
ordered a glass of wine. They gave me 2.
Oh.
And then, I mean, at that point, I had to tap out. But, like, Victor asked for more later on.
Sure.
They gave him 2 again.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, we did have to let 2 bottles of wine go to waste because at some
Well.
point you just can't.
Yes.
So I'm 4 glasses of wine deep, and I think to myself, it's time to, like, take everything I had planned on taking so that I can sleep. I
Okay.
take a magnesium, and I take a Benadryl.
Good.
And I'm just wasted.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I watched Ticket to Paradise,
Okay.
and I thought it was absolutely delightful. Like, I loved it, and I didn't think that I would. Have you guys seen it?
I
No.
have.
What did you think?
I don't.
Fine?
I thought it was fine. I don't
Okay.
think I had strong feelings either way.
Yeah, I felt dazzled.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that was the line.
Right.
And the statement.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then, I think I might have taken half of a Zizal as well.
Okay.
Because that had been something I'd been taking every night due to sneezing.
Okay.
I didn't need to be taking it though. But then I proceed with watching Disenchanted.
Okay, the sequel to Enchanted, which is
Mhm.
my favorite Disney film of all time.
Enchanted.
Yes.
Which is so beautiful and wonderful.
I agree.
For some reason it didn't register that Disenchanted had been out.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
quite some time.
And there's a reason why no one's talking about it.
It did kind of come and go with no fanfare
Yeah.
whatsoever.
It was awful. What did you think, Rachel? Before I
Um,
go into intensely.
I don't think I thought it was awful, but I didn't think it was good.
Okay,
If that helps
I
you.
watched half. I felt like
Okay.
I was having a bad trip. Okay?
Yeah.
First of all, why would they do that? No one wants to see a fairy tale and then have you unravel it. No one wants real life. No one wants the suburbs.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. It was like an interesting idea that they had that they were like, we'll just prove that, like, you know, marriage and being a stepmother is actually hard. And that's going to be the plot.
Yeah.
Like, no one wants that.
But we didn't need, like, we know that.
Yeah,
You know?
no, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know why we thought. I will say you didn't reach the end, so you wouldn't know this. But they do turn it around.
Oh, I'm so glad. I feel like I was lucid for the first 15 minutes, and then maybe the next 15 to 30, I felt like I was just, like, hurtling through space. Like,
Okay.
just me, like, hurtling through being pissed. Like, I was so angry that they would, like, make a prince and a princess go to the suburbs. Like,
Fair
That
I
was your qualm with the film?
Oh.
Yeah, and I did turn it off.
Okay,
Like, I was not well.
that's alright.
I just can't believe they would, like, do that to Patrick Dempsey.
Truly. That
And
man
what's her
didn't
name?
deserve it. Amy Adams?
Oh, what's her
Isla
name?
Fisher. And I
They
pride,
do look the same.
I pride myself on like knowing like they don't really like Amy Adams and Jessica. Wait,
Oh no.
No.
Jessica Chastain
Yeah.
and Bryce Dallas Howard.
They are the
They
same.
are the same person. Isla Fisher and Amy Adams, like you can tell the
You can
difference.
You can tell. There are only certain pictures that if you put it side by side, you're like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
But like overall, easy to tell.
Mhm.
I would agree.
So you didn't like that movie?
I despised it.
Okay.
All right. So
Fair
takeaways were love Paris, happy being engaged, disenchanted, bad.
Yeah, and like please drink responsibly.
That is well.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend 4 glasses of wine and a Benadryl, but I'm not a doctor, so you know
No,
what?
it was crazy behavior. It just happened so fast.
It all just happened so quickly. What could you do, really?
Yeah.
Like, I don't drink 4 glasses of wine on a normal night. Like, if I was going out, like,
Yeah.
I don't do that. So I don't know what happened.
It's alright. You were
Paris.
on vacation mode.
Yeah.
Paris. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, you also went somewhere.
I did.
Yes.
I went to New York City for the weekend with my mom and dad and my brother and his fiance Haley, and it was very fun. We originally were going to see Hadestown,
Wonderful.
and I will say, wonderful.
Mhm.
I did know the myth that it's based on before I went. Do you know what it's based on?
Mm-mm.
Do you know anything about Hadestown, the musical?
No, I mean, does it have to do with Hades? Or is it a completely separate situation?
Well, yes, Hades is involved.
Okay.
I would say yeah.
Yeah, but basically, I'm just gonna use the actor's name
Yeah.
because you'll know who I'm talking
Mhm.
about if I do that. Jordan Fisher
Mhm.
was the main guy. He falls in love with a girl,
Mhm.
and he goes to Hades. Or no, that's a lie.
You're a liar.
I'm a liar. I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, he falls in love. He wants to write a song that is going to change the world for the better.
Absolutely.
Spring is going to come when he figures out
Mm.
the song.
And hey, by the way, that song is like 4 notes.
Yep, 4 notes, but he's really working hard
And
on
everyone's
Mm.
like, damn, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
it. Literally. So he's working hard. The world is not in a good place,
Mm-mm.
and his lover is hungry and poor. And so she's like, yo, hey, pay attention to me, please. We need to figure some stuff out. And he's not really listening to her. And so she makes a deal with Hades, and she goes down into the underworld.
Got it.
Okay? And then she finds out that, well, that may have been a bad idea, because it's actually not, yeah, we have food and stuff, but we're working 24/7.
Yeah.
We're not actually free down here. This is actually terrible. Anyway, he comes out of his trance because he has figured it out or whatever. He's calling her name, and then he finds out, oh no, she went to the underworld because she called you. So
Yeah.
you weren't listening, unfortunately. So he's
Typical
like, oh
man.
no. So he goes after her, somehow walks,
Walks
down
down to Hades, to the underworld. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he gets there and he says to Hades, I want to take her back. And after he sings this beautiful song that reminds Hades of his love for Persephone,
Mhm.
he's like, well, I do want to let him go, but I can't be seen as soft.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a deal with you. You have to go out, lead her out of Hades, walk back, but you cannot turn and look at her. If you turn and look at her, she has to stay down here forever.
Right.
Well, they get to the very end, and I'm talking 2 steps
Mhm.
away.
Yeah.
Man turns around,
Yeah.
and she is banished to Hades forever.
Wait, so is this literally directly the myth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm getting. I thought there was gonna be
A Broadway twist.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I knew
Love.
that it was going to end sad. There was a little part of me the whole time that was like, I know that it is, but in my
Yeah.
heart I was like, but what if it didn't as
Yeah.
well? Anyway, it was very good. Jordan Fisher in real life, beautiful. Love him.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about him. The cast was so good. The guy who played Hades, his voice,
Mm-hmm.
so low, blew my mind. It was so good. The lighting in that show,
It's insane.
it is literally insane. We literally looked it up and we were like, surely they won a Tony for lighting. They did.
Mhm.
So everyone can be calm.
Yeah.
They did it.
Everyone relax.
Everyone relax, okay? No, the way they use, there's this one part where they're in the underworld and they use these pendulum lights, and as they're swinging, a phrase of a song goes with, I mean, wild, literally broke my brain. We were at intermission being like, what is happening? This is so good. So anyway, wonderful show.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 10 would recommend. And then we were, walking around the next day, and I did know that Romeo and Juliet was happening on Broadway, starring Rachel Zegler and Kit Connor in their Broadway debuts. I was not originally going to this show when I went to New York, but it hit me like a train that I was there and they were there.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll see if there's tickets. Because
Yeah.
also I was like, there literally may not be tickets.
Right.
Yeah.
And there were 6 tickets for the next day. And I was like, no, I actually have to go or I will regret this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I would have. It was also incredible. Very different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Different vibe. It's at a theater called Circle in the Square, and they're in the middle, and the audience is surrounding them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, for 15 minutes before it even starts, they're like hanging out on the stage in character, and it's a very like modern take on the play, but they're using all of the original play. And I was actually telling them earlier the demographics for that show were very funny because it was like half the audience was there because they love to see Romeo and Juliet stage play, and half were there because they love the actors who were in it. And those who were there to watch the actors, I don't know if all of them realized it was going to be in Old English.
Yeah, like Shakespearean
Shakespearean English. So there was a bit of a learning curve for the audience there.
And hey, you gotta be a lifelong learner.
You do. I agree. But they actually, like, they did such a good job making it conversational, so you understood everything that was happening. Like, every actor did such a good job. Kit, in particular, so good in this role. And also just the way they used the stage was good, because like I said, it's like a small stage in the middle, but like the stage opens up at one point, there are ladders everywhere, they're like running through the audience.
Yeah.
Like, so cool. The balcony scene in particular.
Yeah.
Awesome. There are a few songs in it, written by Jack Antonoff, and they add those in there, and they were very good. Rachel Zegler can sing her face off.
Yeah, she can. If there's one thing she's gonna do, it's sing.
Sing.
She's gonna sing.
I need her to be in like a full Broadway musical.
Oh yeah, sing.
Like, so bad it hurts. I need her to do that.
Yeah.
And then I need to be in the audience for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But no regrets for buying that ticket last minute.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad you did.
Yes. It was very fun. I had a great time with my family. The other thing that I did want to say to you is we were walking on the street outside of a theater, and I looked up and I said, wait, that man looks familiar. And I was like, I think that's Peter Gallagher, who is the dad on the OC.
Wait a minute.
I love him.
Peter Gallagher?
Yeah.
Is the fancy man from No. He's not Fancy Man. Is he Fancy Man from New Girl? Or is he Schmidt's dad?
Yes, Schmidt's dad. Oh, no, it's Schmidt's dad.
He's... What?
Schmidt's dad.
Oh.
Schmidt's dad?
Yes,
I just
saw
thought he was
Schmidt's
the
dad.
other old guy.
No.
Wait, is that the same person? The old
Russell?
guy she dates and...
No, Russell is not his dad.
It's not Russell.
He's not... Huh? Okay,
That's
but he
Dermot
looks like
McKinney.
Russell.
No, that's not.
He looks like Russell.
He looks like Russell.
Okay.
Anyway, no,
He's
Schmidt's
Schmidt's
dad.
dad.
Russell is the one who's in that movie.
This is going
where
nowhere.
where he, like, is a guy that she pays to go to the wedding.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then...
Mm-hmm.
I love
Schmidt's dad!
Peter
Schmidt's dad!
Gallagher.
Schmidt's dad!
Yes, I saw Schmidt's dad
Wow.
on the street, and I was like,
love
hello?
that.
But then I looked up, and I realized that we were literally in front of the theater he was doing his play.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and I was like, okay,
well,
makes
even
sense.
better.
But that was like confirmation for me, because I was like, wait.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely him.
Yeah. So that was cool.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Good times. I also saw Rats,
Love.
which is unnecessary when you're in New York. You do have to see some rats. We saw them jumping into bushes outside of a restaurant we were
Wow.
going into, which was very fun.
Yeah.
So all in all, good trip.
I'm so shook. I've been sitting here thinking about Hadestown, and I'm like, like, why didn't it ever occur to me that Hadestown would be about, like, Hades and Persephone? Like, I love Greek mythology. That never occurred to me. I've been thinking that Hadestown and Urinetown are the same thing. Like, I thought Lola Tongue was in Urinetown.
No.
That's crazy.
That is not the same. Not the same at all.
I'm shook.
Well,
I can't believe that.
That's crazy. Ava!
Like, I can't believe it. Anyway, I also want to speak about Jordan Fisher again.
Yep.
Because, like, to you guys, what do you associate him with overall? When you think of him, what's the one thing you're like, this is what I love him from? Because for me, Liv and Maddie.
no. Yeah.
I love Liv and Maddie. A
That
lot.
was good.
I
That was
was.
one of the last shows I watched in the Disney sphere.
Yeah.
Was he in? No, he wasn't in Teen Beach Movie.
What? Oh,
No,
I don't think so.
I might be making
But
that
maybe
up.
he was in, like, the second or third.
I thought maybe that's what your connection was to it. But Liv and
That's
Maddie.
Beach movie, too.
Yeah.
I don't know where I knew him from. I think I just like
You know what's so
Saw
interesting?
videos
I'm
of
literally
scenes.
sitting here and I'm like, what do I love him in? I love him,
Yeah.
but from what?
Well,
Where
he's
is
in
he
a lot, but like he doesn't have a big like breakout role. I
Yeah.
don't feel like he was into All the Boys.
That's
But, like-
true. He was on Dancing with the Stars
Yeah.
and did very well.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to know him there as well. But I knew him before that.
It always comes back to Dancing with the
It
Stars.
It really
always
does.
does. Yeah.
I
Interesting.
feel like his breakout role is the video of all the Disney Channel people singing to build. Do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah.
And the moment he started singing, everyone knew he was a star.
Yeah.
So true. He did that movie with Sabrina Carpenter. Working it.
Oh,
Was it Work It?
yeah. I would also like to speak on that because I attempted to watch it again this weekend.
Mhm.
I've attempted to watch this movie like 3 times, and I can't get
You've
past
never gotten
halfway through.
Through it?
Like I can't, and like when I watched, I know this is something I should be liking. Like it's up my
Yeah.
wheelhouse. I don't like it. Like I just can't get through it.
Okay. That's
But-
okay.
No, I find it really upsetting.
One day you'll make it, maybe.
Yeah,
That's alright. You don't have to.
I'll try again next year.
I've never
I just
seen
feel
it.
like I should love it. Like
It's
it
like
has all the pieces.
it's like fine. That's how I feel about that movie as well.
Yeah,
Like I'm
it's
not like sneaking it out.
Well,
but
it's
like
better than bad, like Disenchanted. So
so true.
And there you go. There you have it, folks.
Speaking of something on Netflix,
mhm.
we should talk about the Outer Banks drama that's happening
yeah, I
right
would
now.
love to.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I have been watching Outer Banks this season.
Mm-hmm.
It is in season 4. They just came out with part 2. For those of you who do not want spoilers, maybe skip ahead.
Yeah, I would say so.
But you're probably already spoiled because immediately when I get on TikTok, the
Yes.
morning after part 2 dropped, I knew everything. that
Same.
happened.
And I didn't even watch the season.
Yeah. For those of you who don't even know what the show is, it is a show where a bunch of teens who live in the Outer Banks go find treasure.
Essentially, yeah.
Essentially.
That's, and there's
and
more
they're all
stuff.
in
but-
relationships.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. Well, this season, spoiler alert to you all, JJ, one of the main characters from the beginning, dies at the end. Now, that may seem shocking. It is kind of shocking. However, turns out behind the scenes,
There was some drama.
there was so much drama happening.
There's some. Like, you can't write this stuff.
You literally cannot.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Anyway, continue.
So, JJ is played by a guy named Rudy.
Mhm.
He is in a relationship on the show with a character named Key, played by Madeline Bailey.
Madison.
Madison Bailey.
Mhm.
There's so many Maddies in
There
that
are,
cast.
yeah, there are.
It's stressful. Anyway, so they are in a relationship on the show. Now, season 1, all of these people behind the scenes, best
friends.
Like, literally
Mm-hmm.
inseparable. Okay? Well, turns out, as time went on, Rudy and Madison stopped hanging out, stopped being friends, partly due to, it sounds like, Rudy's girlfriend
Mm-hmm.
and Madison's girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where this was crazy.
Go ahead.
You can say it.
Are you going to talk about the fact that they needed to use stunt doubles to
Yeah.
shoot a cuddling scene?
Yes, I am. That is what I'm talking
Because
the
about.
that's-
cuddling scene wasn't even in a bed.
No,
No,
it was on the beach. It was on the beach.
That's crazy.
And can I just say this one thing?
Yeah.
I saw the clip,
Mhm.
the cuts
Oh my god.
from his face to her,
Her
face,
face.
to his face to her face, because they
They were
weren't in the same
together.
room. They were not there together.
Yeah.
I cannot. There are like Chase Stokes and Madeline Klein are actual real life exes. Like they had a
Fully dated for
Years
like
long.
2 years.
yeah
And are the main
relationship.
couple on the show and
Main-
have never lost chemistry this whole time.
No, and like don't have anything bad to say about each other
Nope.
publicly. I don't know about privately, but like have maintained their professionalism
Yep.
throughout their breakup. They filmed like so many scenes together where I feel like it would be so uncomfortable,
Right.
but they push through because they're professionals. You mean to tell me you put up such a stink you couldn't cuddle on a beach for a 2-second scene?
Yeah.
That they needed to use bodies doubles? Like, what?
No, it is literally absurd. Like, I was looking at the pictures, I was like, this actually can't be real that I'm looking at right now. Like, you
Yeah.
have got to be joking.
It's-
Like, that is so unprofessional.
It's so crazy. And also, this would have never happened like 15 years.
so true.
Like, People,
Grow up.
yeah, like, who cares? The showrunner should have been like, okay, end.
Yeah.
Like, get over it.
Literally.
Like, Chad Michael Murray and Sophia Bush were engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Literally engaged, got married, got divorced. He cheated on her. They still
worked together for probably a few more years.
Oh yeah.
I
And
mean,
did,
to this day, she speaks about him professionally on her podcast.
Yes.
Like, grow
Literally.
up.
Grow up.
Grow up. What people are like taking it a little far on the internet, and they're like, it's because they were so uncomfortable about all the fan edits and whatever. And I was like, that's a character you're playing. Like, people
Yeah.
are gonna become attached to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A. B. I think that showed like how good of actors you were. You had great chemistry. People thought that your characters should have been together and like were shipping them, whatever. And like, grow up.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
It's absurd.
No,
It's
literally
absurd. I would love a fan edit made of me. I don't care who it's from.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like, and look, like, you lost your job over it.
Yeah, truly.
Literally. And people were saying like he asked to leave, and some people were saying they just wrote him out. I don't know what happened.
Either way,
But
it's
either way,
bad.
like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that is absurd that now one of the lead actors on that show
Mm-hmm.
died because
Yeah, it
Stuff
just
like
doesn't make sense. And also, how come? Well, I guess maybe it was a him problem, not a her problem.
I don't know.
But,
I
like,
think it was kind of a both.
it was, well, sure. But how come they killed his character off and kept her around? Like, there's just things that don't make sense.
And
Yeah.
also, none of the cast has posted
No.
like goodbye.
No,
messages.
none.
Literally zero of them.
The only one, the only one is the guy who played his dad, who was like
Yeah.
not important.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is crazy.
Yikes.
So that's happening.
Which
Which
is
is
wild.
wild. Other drama that happened
Mhm.
whilst we were away
Yeah.
in the relationship sphere. Zach Bryan.
Mm.
For those of you who don't know, he's a country singer. He was dating a girl named Bree, who has a podcast with Barstool.
Mhm.
And turns out that after they broke up, he offered her.
Which, sorry, I
Yeah.
have to interject. The way that they broke up, crazy.
Yes.
True.
Like, so crazy. This man cheated on her, most likely.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they broke up, and the next day he posted on Instagram about it. Like, he posted on his
Tell her
Instagram
that
story.
He was gonna announce it.
Yeah. Like, that's crazy. And they had a very public relationship. Like,
Mhm.
she was on tour with him all of this past summer.
Yeah.
Like, they had a very public. I mean, she's an online personality. Like, obviously, her relationship was going to be public.
Yeah.
But,
But he was the
ugh,
type of guy who would just always post like big paragraphs about like how wonderful she is, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, you're doing too much.
Yes.
And you know how good it feels to be someone who never liked him? I never cared about it.
Yeah. So true.
I never bought into it.
Yeah.
Anyway. It's
yeah,
okay
I
if people
actually-
did,
Yeah,
but
so fun. I think I just like didn't care about him. Which
Yeah.
was
I disliked him.
okay.
I
Good.
do have to say, I didn't care about his, like, personality or, like,
Mhm.
him as an artist. Or, like, as a celebrity, rather. I did like his music. Like, I thought it was
Yeah.
good. Like, I think his voice is really nice.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
And I think some of his lyrics are really, really, like,
Yeah.
like Something in the Orange is something a song that I actually really like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But now it feels icky.
It's
I know.
tainted.
Yes, so Bree went on her podcast.
Mhm.
It had been a few weeks. And it turns out that Zach Bryan offered her $12 million
Mm-hmm.
for hush money.
Yeah.
So that she wouldn't talk about their relationship.
Mhm.
And she turned it down
Yeah.
so that she could expose the kind of person he was.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, power move.
Yes.
Super power
Like,
move.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, like, you don't offer $12 million unless you,
Have something to hide.
yeah.
Yeah, did
Yeah.
something really bad.
Yes. And turns out he did. He was terrible.
Yeah. And I don't think we even know the half of it.
No, I
I
think
agree.
she's withholding a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that be for, like, professional reasons or, like, maybe she's coming up with, I don't know. But I do feel like she's holding a lot back.
Mhm.
Yes. What was the craziest piece of information you held on to from the stuff she shared?
Oh boy. Well, just to start it off, I think it's crazy that he was demanding the car he bought her back.
Yes.
Which my coworkers have been speculating that like he didn't really buy it. It was like a Ford deal or something like that. Which I mean, still like you can't ask for the car back. But they were saying that unless you like buy it for a holiday, like technically he could like repo that shit. Isn't that crazy? Like
Yeah.
legally,
That is wild.
even though it was a gift.
That is crazy.
That is absurd. I agree.
Anyway, that's a small one, but what do you guys?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I actually thought it was interesting because Noah Khan was doing shows and he was bringing people out at Fenway, and Zach Bryan was supposed to be one of the ones who came out.
Well, because Bree is from Boston, so
Yes.
it's like a big thing.
Big thing. And he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And the rumor mill was like he was too drunk to go on.
Mm-hmm.
But then Noah and Zach like posted a Instagram that was like, all good, like that's like
Yeah.
he just whatever. Well, it turns out he was actually,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone was just covering for him.
Well, yeah.
And I was like, I actually would love to know Noah Khan's thoughts on some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, he literally was too drunk to go on stage. Like, that's absurd. It sounds like he was too drunk a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like, yelling at her friends
Yeah.
and stuff,
That's crazy.
which is scary. Yeah, it was a lot of, like, love bombing and then gaslighting.
Mm-hmm.
And she went into detail on that podcast, and she does the podcast with two guys, Dave and Josh, who released a diss track,
Yeah.
which is actually a banger.
That's so catchy.
Yeah,
It's
like,
stuck in my head, like right now.
no, literally, like it came out, and I was like, wait,
Well, they have a rapper on staff at Barstool,
yeah,
so he was just locked and loaded.
That's
And-
insane.
And they're like, let's finally put this guy to work.
He's on payroll. Don't worry.
Okay, speaking of payroll, I just
Yeah.
want to say, for like, for people who are like, well, Brianna's an influencer, like she can make so much more money, like than this 12 million. Like, she said that she's on salary at Barstool, and maybe it's fluctuated in the past few years, but she was making $80K a year.
Yeah.
And for like a public figure with a podcast, that's nothing.
yeah, truly.
So really, like, she's not making the huge bucks in comparison to 12 million. Like,
Yeah.
she like turned down the money out of like integrity to herself,
Yes.
and I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, such a cool move. Also, Zach Bryan had offered her money during the relationship so that she wouldn't work,
I heard that.
which is
That's
crazy.
fucked.
He offered her like double her Barstool salary
Oh my
so
God.
that she would just like go on tour with him, which is gross.
That's so icky. I also don't like the fact that she had another podcast.
Yeah.
It was called Plan. It's still out, I think. Plan
Yeah.
Bree, yeah.
Yeah.
With her friend Grace.
Yep.
And her and Grace are like bestest of friends. Like they truly have been very close friends since they were like young. They grew up
Yeah.
together. And he like got in their friendship and like kind of tore it apart in a way. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was really sad.
Yeah.
Like all Grace's stuff being like, what do you want me to do? Like whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
I know.
It's just shitty.
Messy.
Yeah.
Messy all around.
Or like the Golden Globes,
Mhm.
when he literally reposted a photo of her in her dress, being like, "You're so beautiful," and then behind the scenes, he's like, "I can't believe you would wear something like that. You look like a whore." Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy
That is
behavior. What is wrong with it?
Insane behavior. Yeah. So I'm glad that she turned on the money and exposing
Yeah.
him for who he is. But yeah, wild drama.
Well, and then there was more drama because he got UMG
Yeah.
to take down the diss track from YouTube.
He did, yeah.
And in retaliation, Dave Portnoy
Yeah.
from Barstool was like, "I'm gonna write another diss track."
Yeah.
Which I have to say, it's not as good as his
It
first
isn't.
one,
No.
but Dave is trying his hardest.
Yes.
And he's defending his employee and his friend, which I think is like nice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for lack of a better word. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's nice for her to, like, have come out of this relationship and she still has people on her side.
Yeah,
Like,
who were, like, riding for her. And
Yeah.
to have, like, someone as powerful as Dave.
that's
Like,
true.
I've got your back, I think. It's like,
And-
right to-
Yeah.
I have to say it. One of the reasons that Dave did not like Zach Bryan, one of the many, is because Dave is a certified Swiftie.
Certified, yes.
And Zach Bryan like tweeted something a few months ago about Taylor Swift that was not very nice.
Yeah.
And Dave was like, I never liked him.
Yeah.
And so they named the diss track The Smallest Man.
Man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because smallest man who ever lived.
Mm-hmm.
Also Zach Bryan, small man. Like he's a
Yeah,
short
literally.
guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's just so funny to me that Dave was like, the Taylor Swift thing was my last straw.
I know, so good. And now Brie like has posted. She started listening.
Yes.
To this, and she was like, "I'm finally understanding why we love Taylor Swift."
Mhm.
And I was like, "That's so funny."
It's really good.
Like what a random aside of this whole drama.
Yeah.
Becoming a Swiftie.
Becoming a Swiftie. Yeah. Oh, speaking of becoming a Swiftie, Grammy nominations came out,
They
Oh my
did.
gosh.
and it's gonna be a bloodbath.
So,
I'm like stressed.
no, I'm worried.
Because whoever wins, everyone else is gonna be like, this is wrong, like,
Here's the
you
thing.
got snubbed.
Yeah, I need someone different to win in every category.
Yeah.
I do not need
A sweep.
a sweep. That actually can't happen.
Yeah.
Now who wins what category? That's
yeah.
that's hard. Who's gonna win Best New Artist? I actually have not a clue.
Yeah, that one I don't know.
But I do not want to see people win multiple categories this year. There was just too much good stuff.
Yeah.
There were also already snubs, like Ariana Grande's album didn't get an Album of the Year nomination, and I don't know that I think I would have put Ariana Grande's where Brat was.
Mm.
I wasn't the hugest fan of Brat.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the cultural moment it had,
Yeah.
but as an Album of the Year, I think I would have put Ariana's there instead.
Okay, well, I feel the same way. Like, I didn't really care about Brat.
This is blasphemy.
But
by
what
the
I
way.
want to say is, I don't think not getting nominated for Album of the Year means that you were snubbed. Like,
True.
she's still
She-
nominated for 3 Grammys. Like,
Which 3?
Pop Bubble album, something.
Okay.
One was like a remix, right?
I don't know, I don't
Or like
know.
a group performance or something like that.
Okay.
I think that's enough. Like, I loved her album, like, I
Yeah.
really did, but it's like, let's acknowledge that that's still a Grammy nomination.
Yeah.
True.
And, like, there are, like, 8 albums up for Album of the Year that are
Yeah.
so good, like, people have got to chill.
Wait, I have a question. I think I'm right about this, but I always get confused. The year is more about production,
Producer. Yeah.
Yes.
and Song of the Year is more about songwriting.
Yes.
Okay. I always get those confused because I'm like,
Yeah.
they're
It
They
is-
sound the same.
It is silly that
Yeah.
they should definitely like rename it.
yeah.
But
don't know
I
what
guess
Sabrina-
record of the year sounds
Yeah.
nicer.
I do
But
find
it's
it
more
interesting
production
that
value.
Sabrina Carpenter has a different song nominated in both of those.
Yeah.
Please, Please, Please was for record, right?
I think for song.
Song.
Oh.
And Espresso's record.
Huh.
Yeah.
Which I'll
Okay.
keep my opinions to myself.
Oh,
Okay.
why?
Until post Grammys.
Oh,
Okay.
What I will say
Mhm.
is I love the Tortured Poets department. I think it had huge impact.
Mhm.
If it wins Album of the
It
Year,
won't.
like
I don't think it
I'm
will.
done.
No,
I'm
it really
done.
won't. Because they're not going to do that. Because
Yeah.
they know that if they did that, everyone would be like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, she literally can't win. I think she knows that. I think having the nomination was what needed to happen.
Yeah.
And now that can just be what
Yeah,
it is.
and the nomination's valid, but
Yeah.
Chapel's up for album, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope that's what it would say. Or
Yeah.
Short and Sweet,
Yeah.
but I feel like Chapel should get it.
I
know. I think that, I don't know, chart-wise, Sabrina Carpenter wins.
yeah.
Impact-wise, I think they had the same. So, like, in terms of, like, audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like literally don't know, or they're just gonna give it to someone else.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish.
Jacob Collier.
Jacob Collier. Can you imagine?
Oh,
Yeah.
That'd just be funny because he's like what the one man on it.
Yeah. I think him and Andre 3000.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of feelings about Chapel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just because I feel like, puts her foot in her mouth so often.
Oh,
She does do that. Did
So-
you see the thing that just happened
Yes.
with Billboard?
Yes.
Billboard did their job.
Yeah, literally,
And-
they're
made an article about how she left her management,
right after the Grammy noms.
Oh.
and she was like, "What did she say?
Y'all are wild for this, or like,
y'all are
y'all are
terrible for this."
y'all are mean, or y'all are terrible, or something.
And everyone was like, and they're like, for doing our job
I saw
as
a
a
tweet.
music business.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me ask a question, and please correct me
Mhm.
if I'm like putting an assumption in your mouth.
Go ahead.
Do you feel like she shouldn't win because she wouldn't like respect and appreciate the honor?
No. Okay. No. I don't think that she shouldn't win.
Mhm.
I think her album is really, really, really good,
Mhm.
and I think that truly it was one of my favorites from this past year. Like, I love her. I love her musicianship. I just think we've been a little lax with I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
you're in the public eye. Like, this is what it is.
No, I will say I think she needs to buck up a little bit.
Like, we've
Yeah.
been a little lax with her.
Yeah.
Truly.
For sure.
Like, you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
Billboard is reporting the news. Like,
Yeah.
it's music business news that you've left your management company right after all of your Grammy noms. Like, that's kind of big news.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so for you to be like, y'all suck for this. Like,
That was what it was. Yeah, y'all suck.
y'all suck for this?
Yeah.
For doing their actual job. Like,
That is
that's
dumb.
what someone's getting paid to write about. And
Yeah.
they suck for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. She just kind of rubs me the wrong way in that sense.
Yeah, I get that.
But I do think, like, musically, like, her album was amazing. And I think she would appreciate the honor of, like, winning a Grammy, for
Mhm.
sure. I mean, it's every artist's dream to, like, get to
Yeah.
that level. It's just kind of like, hey, girlie, this is your life now. You kind of have to get with it or get
Yeah.
moving. Like,
Yeah, it's like you can't have the good without the bad.
Yeah.
it's Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
You cannot have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you cannot. So true. Yeah, I do think that after this whole season of her life, she's going to disappear for
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, and I think that's good. It's like,
Yeah.
let's just get through this and then you can take a rest. You
Yeah.
don't get to unravel
Mhm.
slowly.
But also, it's like, she just performed a brand new song on SNL. So
She
it's
did.
like,
Oh.
That's
what
true.
yeah, like,
She did do that.
she's
Yeah.
obviously very ready to have new music out and, like, get ready to go. So
Yeah.
maybe let's
Interesting.
grapple with the celebrity of it all.
It's time to take up meditation.
Maybe. Yeah.
Should we?
Probably.
Oh.
I
I've
listened
done that.
I listened to Taylor's affirmations with her in the car the other day.
That's nice.
It was nice. The woman from Carmen,
Yeah.
Broken Hearted by Carmen, she does musical affirmations now.
Oh.
Okay.
It was actually really nice.
Taylor listens to musical affirmations.
That makes
that's so true.
100%
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Mhm.
We took 8 deep breaths.
Love it.
Perfect.
Just
I love that.
Yeah.
Should we laugh and cry?
I would
Let's-
love to. I'm going to pick one.
We're crying first.
That's for you. God almighty. Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh. What?
What emotion do you feel most often?
Oh gosh. Oh.
How much time do we have?
Okay. Which emotion do I feel most often? Like anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
Like that has to 100% be the answer. And that is usually bad. But
One might argue.
One might argue. Sometimes it can be good anxiety. But
A healthy dose.
healthy dose of anxiety. Fortunately that Now that I'm thinking about it, that is probably the emotion I feel most often. But that's okay. We work through it.
Yeah.
Yes. I go to therapy, which is helpful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are things I can do to try to mitigate that.
Yeah.
But no, I also just think like being an adult is hard.
So
and
true.
being a woman is hard. And having you know, mental health issues such as anxiety and OCD doesn't help things.
Well,
Yeah.
no.
No. But no, I also think, sorry for the cough. Just directly. But I don't think anxiety is always a bad thing. I also think that it's taught me a lot about myself and how to be resilient.
Mhm.
So, you know, we have to take the good with the bad, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that is my answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Live your truth.
Okay, I need you guys to help me, like, put a word on this. Because
Okay.
this is something I identified today. Which means I can start working through it,
Okay.
soon.
Okay.
But, like, I am such a Scrooge. Like, at the dumbest things, and I don't know why, like, I feel such animosity at, like, things so immediately all the time. Like, I don't know what this is in response to, but, like, today, like, listen, there was a kitten in the office.
You were
The
upset?
way I felt was like, why the fuck is there a kitten in the office? Like, the kitten doesn't belong here. And, like, that feeling I have at work all the time, like, what's wrong with me?
Well,
And what emotion is that? Disgust? But, like,
Well,
why?
yeah.
Over things I'm like, can I chill? Like, why do I react that way? I don't know.
because
Why did
the
I
little
hear that there was a kitten in the office?
disgust character in your head from inside out is at the head. That's
Yeah.
your head.
So that's something I need to work through, because why can't I just, like things and give things the benefit of the doubt?
I don't know.
Why can't I just let there be a kitten in the office? Like, it was so crazy. Like, that's what it came to.
Yeah.
Why am I mad at this kitten?
I don't know.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
It's like when people bring their baby to the office, and I'm like, okay, get that out of here.
Yeah, true.
But I know why
Yeah.
I feel that way. So I'm like, why is there a baby in the office?
Yeah, but a kitten
But the
shouldn't make
kitten's
you feel
not
that.
doing anything, but everyone's just holding it. I was like, get back to work. Why do I care?
Maybe
What am I, the police?
you have expectations.
Yeah.
Stupid ones.
Well, I think it's not stupid to expect people to work when they're at work.
So true.
And not hold a kitten. How dare they?
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what feeling that is, but I don't like it. It's not good for me.
Well, you've identified it and you can work on it, so that's fine.
Yeah. I hope so.
Haley?
Like gut answer is anxiety or like dread.
Dread.
Just like ugh, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a cop out because like.
Not a cop out of what you're feeling.
Well, no, because like it's not all okay. Let me rephrase.
Okay.
I get. I don't know. It just feels like that. I don't know if I have one that sticks out like the most. I just know which one I feel like
Right.
the deepest. If that
Yeah.
makes any
That
sense.
does make sense, yes.
Because like. Yes, I'm anxious all the time, but
Right.
I'm also taking steps to not be anxious all the time.
Right.
And so, like, when I'm not anxious, it's always there, but I'm feeling something else deeper.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know, I feel like it's silly, but, like, happiness. I feel like I'm happy a lot.
I love that.
Love that
Thanks.
for you.
Oh my
Alright.
gosh, joy running up here.
Joy running your brain.
Joy or sadness. It's like one or the other.
Well, they're in
The
tandem.
balance.
That
So
is
true.
the whole point of Inside Out 1.
So true. We need one for in the other.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I feel like I try to make everything happier,
Yeah.
and like it works most of the time.
Yeah.
Not all the time,
Nice.
but, you know.
Okay, so we have anxiety, Scrooge, and happiness. So
Scrooge is an emotion.
Ebenezer.
Ebenezer.
Ebenezer. It's Christmas time, so that works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can fix it in the new year once we're past the season.
Oh, so true.
Should we wrap?
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay. What movie or TV show should be made into a musical? This came to me because everything's being turned into a musical.
Mhm.
Like, I was walking streets of New York and it was like, Notebook, the musical. The Outsiders, the musical.
13
And I
going
said,
on 30, the musical.
Literally.
Yeah.
But if you could make any movie or TV show a musical.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Musical, like, straight to Broadway, or musical movie?
Let's do Broadway.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That makes that better and easier.
Yeah.
They've already done SpongeBob the musical.
True. All right, Ava, with your face.
Sorry.
Calm down over there. Okay.
I knew it.
Okay.
No, they've done so many.
They have done a lot, so that actually does make it
They've done
difficult.
Harry Potter has already kind of been a Broadway thing. Notebook.
We need a Hannah Montana on Broadway. We do. Hi, shut up.
So sorry, you're so right, Ava.
You're
Never
right.
been wrong once in your life.
No, it would be so fun.
It would be fun. I do just feel like maybe that's a Miley Cyrus concert.
She
No,
just
there's gonna be a
She puts the wig back on and yeah.
No, I get it. I do. I think I want some sort of mystery show as a
Mhm.
Broadway musical. Like the cast of Psych. Have you ever seen Psych?
Oh, yes.
Have you
I
ever
haven't.
seen Psych? Okay.
I don't think.
I love that show.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a musical episode. And they all can sing.
Yeah.
And basically he is a pretend psychic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny. And so I think it would be fun to watch some sort of a mystery show
Mhm.
as a musical. Because I feel like we don't get a lot of that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Genre bendy.
I'm trying so hard to think of something really good.
I don't think this question is good for me. Like, I don't really think I like musicals very
Scrooge.
much. No, and that's not hating on it, but like, I can recognize that I fast forwarded through the songs in Glee. I can recognize that like I've never listened to the Hamilton soundtrack. Like, I think we
Have
can
you
admit
never
that.
watched Hamilton?
No.
Wow.
See, like I might just not be a musical.
You liked The
person.
Greatest Showman.
Yeah, I really did like that.
Yeah. They're making that into a musical,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you don't dislike musicals. You just
I'm not passionate about
you're
them.
not passionate. That's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we looking?
I'm thinking of movies. Rom-coms. That would be good musicals. Set It Up.
Oh my goodness.
Wait.
Love.
Yes.
Set It Up as a musical. Normal People as a musical.
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
The
You know
angst of
what?
those songs.
That would be
No,
so
and,
depressing.
Like, I know this is like in bad form because of relationships, but like Phoebe Bridgers could write that musical.
Oh my god.
Phoebe and Gracie.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Hey, speaking of,
Yes, I knew it was coming.
we haven't talked about him
I
yet.
know, and he's making his Broadway debut.
He is.
Huh?
In a
Wait.
streetcar named Desire.
Wow.
Mr. Mescal.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I knew it would be. I actually meant to bring that up earlier, and
Yeah.
I forgot. So I'm glad we got to this question.
You're welcome.
So that we could bring it up.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I said opening night, and every night thereafter, like
Yeah.
I will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Maddie wanted me to tell you guys. Well, she wanted you guys to ask me
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
about the bartender at
Yes.
the brewery that we were at.
Yes.
I'm not going to name names of the brewery.
Yeah.
But dead ringer for Paul
Paul
Mescal.
Mescal.
Oh, wow.
And I said,
Nice.
oh my god, I'm in love.
Yeah. of
I
course.
just stared at him like the entire time. I was just watching him walk around.
Mm-hmm.
He came over and grabbed my glass and I went, thank you. Like, I could not help myself.
Yeah. So
Oh
he
my-
could have won the Paul Mescal lookalike contest that happened.
Oh my gosh. That contest happened and I thought, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm moving.
Yeah. Too bad you weren't there. You could have found your husband in the crowd.
You know,
Yeah.
did I change my dating application to Dublin directly
Perfect.
after?
As you should.
Yeah.
Yes. I did.
Obviously. Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm not dumb.
Of
I
course.
saw an opportunity and I seized it.
Yeah.
And
One
I-
day we'll go to Dublin and you will find your husband.
Thank you.
And we're putting that out there now.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I am glad that we got Paul Mescal in there before we.
It's the Paul
Yeah, we
segment.
have to.
Yeah, we really do.
People look forward to it. I know they do.
I know they do as well. I'm sure they were on the edge of their seat, being like, "They didn't say it."
Haley didn't talk about Paul.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks.
Don't you worry, we got it in there.
All right. I
Well,
feel complete now.
wait, I'm so sorry. I feel like we've been talking for years. But I do want to say before we go,
Yeah.
you know what rom-com no one ever talks about?
Go ahead.
The Prince and Me.
Oh.
The
Have you
Julia
seen it?
Stiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I grew up with it, but no one ever talks about it
That's
as if it's
true.
like a
It's
classic, and it is.
Yeah, it's underrated.
10 Things I Hate About You as a Musical.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That'd be
We
good.
could do that as well. The rom-com genre.
Well, we could just keep going, can't we?
Yeah. But we should probably end.
Yeah, if we must.
Yes. But if you want to find us, you can find us at TLTC Pod on Instagram and TikTok. You can find us on YouTube at To Laugh or to Cry. And you can listen to this on Apple or Spotify.
Should we?
And we'll be back next week.
Well, bye.
Bye.
Ciao.